Two men have faced court this morning in relation to the kidnapping and murder of Sydney grandfather Chris Baghsarian. But as Crystal Wu reports, the lawyer for one of the men claims he's no mastermind behind the incident.
29-year-old Gerard Andrews and 24-year-old Daniel Stevens are both facing multiple charges in relation to the kidnap and murder of 85-year-old Chris Baghsarian. The pair appeared at Blacktown Local Court and did not apply for bail. Gerard Andrews appeared via video link wearing the same shirt he was arrested in. His lawyer, Paul McGurr, spoke briefly outside.
Certainly, from what I can gather, my client was no mastermind in respect to his involvement in this particular matter, but we'll wait for a brief and we'll take it from there. As I said, I have a job to do, and it's very hard at this particular moment in time for me to do that job, having read the fact sheet.
24-year-old Daniel Stevens also appeared in court. His lawyer requested medication for shingles. Speaking via video link, Stevens said he requires the generic version of an antiviral medication and said while it's no longer contagious, there are fears it may re-emerge, having not showered.
My client understands the seriousness of the matter. A release application was not made today. The matters are proceeding. He's procedurally is aware that this matter is going to take some time. However, the matters are before the court. It's not appropriate to make any further comment.
Police allege the pair are part of a broader criminal network and warn there could be more arrests. They are continuing to search for more individuals, including the mastermind of the wrongful kidnapping. Chris Baghsarian's human remains were found near a golf course in Pitt Town on Sydney's outskirts, more than a week after he was allegedly kidnapped from his home in North Ryde. The matter has been adjourned to Penrith Court on April 17.
And joining us with more live now is criminology expert Dr Terry Goldsworthy. Terry, always good to see you. Thanks so much for your time. I know you've seen a lot of criminal activity over the years, but I mean, this has to be up there among the most horrific. An innocent elderly man kidnapped and killed in a case of mistaken identity. It's just awful.
Yeah, well, this is one of those acts that, the term evil comes into, I guess, because we look at it and it's so unique. The victim is so innocent and it's so senseless. So, we put that tag evil on these type of events. It's extremely rare to have a kidnapping where the wrong person is taken. And in this case, we've seen some reports from the media that the solicitor representing one of the individuals alleged to have committed the offence was actually quite perturbed by the facts as to what happened during that offence to the victim. So this is a terrible event in terms of these two people alleged to have committed the offence. They don't have any significant criminal history, according to reports in the media. So the questions to be answered will be, how did they come to be involved in this job? Who was the mastermind, like who was given the instructions, what was it attempting to do, and all of those kind of unsolved mysteries that are behind this yet. So this investigation is well and truly still underway. You've only seen the first series of arrests. I suspect there'll be more arrests coming, and there'll be a number of detectives working around the clock on this for many weeks to come.
Yeah, we heard there in Crystal's story, one of the men's lawyers saying that his client was no mastermind. Would it be unlikely the mastermind behind the plan is actually the one who goes to carry out something like this? Is that something that police would expect to see?
Yeah, look, I mean, often in organised crime matters, they're quite fluid in terms of how they network and how they connect to commit criminal enterprises. So someone may have wanted a particular target, and we understand there was a target up the road that this perhaps might have been aimed at. They will subcontract out, a bit like Airtasker. You put out a task you want someone to do. In this case, you're looking for some hired muscle to go and commit a kidnapping and do whatever it is that you want done after that. So they don't necessarily get their hands dirty. They rely on someone else doing the dirty work for them. That won't save them. In reality, it's what we call counselling an offence. So they're party to the offence under the law, and they will face the same punishment as if they had done the offence. I suspect the police will be looking at electronic digital footprints now, the phone records of these people, and they'll be tracking down those kind of associates, and they'll be coming into the scope of the police investigation.
Terry, for most of our viewers watching this underworld, these crime gangs, it's all a bit of a foreign world to most of us. How extensive are they? How would you describe the crime gang landscape in Sydney?
Look, I mean, there seem to be some major players that we see some police reporting on and media reporting on, but these things are quite fluid. Criminal groups are well networked now. The rigid structures that we used to see perhaps 20 years ago are replaced by, groups that coalesce for a criminal enterprise, then they dissipate after the criminal enterprise is completed. So, they fight over territory, they fight over markets. They are multi-market, poly-market now. They spread the risk across different markets in case the police do interdict a particular market of theirs. And they fight for markets and geographic locations. So what you may be seeing here is some kind of territorial dispute where the action of kidnapping someone of a rival group is meant to send a message, and violence is a tool of the trade. But also the threat of violence. So, you kidnap someone, threaten violence to them and release them. The message is made loud and clear to leave that criminal market alone. In this case, you just wonder if this was totally botched by the people involved in it. Was the intent actually what happened? And was this something that got out of control?
Dr. Terry Goldsworthy, really appreciate your insights. Thanks for joining us.